Hello ladies, blokes and non-binary folks, it's Ant here, and today it's a collecting goals episode. Can you guess what collecting goal I completed? I got the Seacons, or the Seacons as Jason Wagner likes to call them, and apparently some other fans, according to the TF Wiki. I think J-Swags edited it. This is one of my collecting goals for the year, and I got these last week. I bought them all in one set from G1 Gym on eBay. Paid a solid price for it. I checked with people first before what the prices were. They're in really pretty damn good condition. Like the stickers are tatty because it's nearly a 40-year-old figure set, but they're in good condition. There's a little bit of discoloration, but like not much. Just slightest bit on the C-wing here. And this is the gang. Allow me to introduce them. We've got Nautilator, C-wing, Scalor, Tentakill, and Overbite. And Snaptrap at the back, their leader. I remembered all their names. Isn't that good? I always have trouble trying to remember names. I keep thinking Ripper Snapper is one of these, but he's one of the Terracons, isn't he? I don't have a Ripper Snapper. I don't actually have any Seacons in any other variety than this, but I thought we'd get these and have a little look at them, and I'll just take them through their modes, show some of the functions they have. I'll show like the gun mode off, because they all have gun modes, all the little guys. They can turn into a gun. They're target masters. I'll show one of them off because I didn't want to grab all the accessories from the bag, because I got everything. This was complete, even has instructions. Hopefully I'm not making too much noise. I'm really worried. It's really cramped to record here. Hopefully it's fine. Hopefully the audio's okay. Anyway, let's start from left to right. Here's Nautilator. He's a little sort of sea crab thing. They're all water themed, obviously. He's got legs. He's got arms coming off his back. The arms are actually separate things. You can take them out. They're on 5mm pegs, so you could give them to a bigger transformer as a weapon. These guys don't have much in the way of articulation, a lot of them. Although these two guys have elbows, and so does this guy. Some of them have elbows. Crazy. You could just do that. I guess you could bend him forwards a little bit. And his arms move in beast mode. We'll rattle through the modes on here because they're very simple little figures. So. He's all grey and teal. Yeah, little weird guy. Some of them, they got like things that nowadays people would freak out about, such as hollowness at the front. But you'd be wrong to freak out about that. It's great. Don't complain. Sorry, C-wing. Some of them don't stand up too well. Old Snaptrap at the back. You need to remember to fold down his heels. He will not stand. So let's transform him. He is. He can form an arm and a leg, but some of these are a little different to usual Scramble City guys. As you can see, they've got like the little combiner ports on the front on some of them, because they don't all use their head as the combiner port. But let's transform him. So I need to undo this because I like to lock the legs, the crab arms with the legs. Just the way I like to do it. And bring his head around. That is a nice, satisfying click. There's actually a little tiny piece of plastic there. That sole purpose is to give it that click. Yeah, it's good. That satisfying. Bring the heads around, bring the arms down. Boom, do it on camera. Switch this around, give it a good push, and you've got a weird little ground scurrying sea creature thing. The arms don't go anywhere, but to be honest, the arms kind of blend in quite well when it's in vehicle mode. Most importantly, his mouth can open. You can actually attach a gun in there. Can I attach I've got Overbite's gun here because I'm going to use him for the gun mode thing. But yeah, you can. You have guns for them and you put them in there, and then you can turn them into a gun platform. I will show that in a minute. Calm down. But there's his combiner port down here, which can be a bit tricky to get out. When you have him in like leg mode, you sort of have to shove this all the way in and it gets locked then. But there you go. You got him in his little crab thing mode. I don't even know if that was on camera. I'm really bad at looking through the camera on this. Right, let's chuck him over here. We'll move on to C-wing. He's a bit. He feels a bit short, but he's actually about the same size as the others. It's because his legs don't extend down so far. Again, just teal, got wings, load of stuff hanging off his back. Pretty common for a lot of these guys, a lot of the Scramble City guys in general. I think the ones that turn into cars generally, get off the easiest when it comes to the parts, the way bits hanging off them. Anything that's not a car tends to suffer. But yeah, he's got little elbows. Look at that. These are very stiff joints. G1 Gym just on on eBay, who I've bought a lot of figures from over the years. I'm trying to think if I've got anything to hand that's from him. I don't think I do. But usually when I get figures off him, they're like perfectly tightened, really nicely put together. Recommend him on eBay. So yeah, this is C-Wing. He's the one who's got a little bit of discoloration. If you do put him in arm mode, you use this port here that is real tight. There you go. I should have done that like the YouTubers do it, the pro YouTubers. You got to get this out, and then you got to go like that. You got to stress like it's the most difficult thing to move in the world. I think it's mostly because Transformer fans are physically weak. There's a fact about us. But let's put him into his like manta ray mode. It's a real animal. So you turn that around. I mean, obviously, real manta rays don't have legs like this. They have feet. Do you bring I think you bring these down first. I think that makes sense, because I think they get in the way if you don't. But you have to turn this around, and you have to sort of slide it around and push it back in, and then slide it back. There's like a double sliding mechanism in there for those. But then you get him, and he's in manta ray mode. He's got a little mouth, which doesn't have a gun port in it. It's just a mouth there for the hell of it, so he can have a mouth. Isn't that great? And as before, you can guess where the gun goes. It's not the most subtle thing. It feels like there should be something plugging in there to hide that, but no, that's how he is. Not to say there's a slight bit of discoloration going on here, but he's the only one that sort of suffers from any of it, really. The rest of these are in pretty good nick. Oh no, I knocked over Scalor. That's okay, I'll bring him up. I did actually wonder if there was different releases of these, because Tentakill and Scalor are more sort of blue than teal, sort of more of an aqua blue. But this guy's good. Look at his Popeye-like arms he's got there, just big old buff arms. He turns into a coelacanth. Is that how you pronounce it? Coelacanth? I caught one on Animal Crossing once. He's one of the few ones that actually does just turn into the arm, the traditional Scramble City way. But notice how it's not just a normal peg; it actually brings down a whole chest section with it. It's not like not like most of them, where it's just a peg. Dare I demonstrate what it is normally like? Here we go. Dare I demonstrate how these are normally? No, I don't dare. I've already done one video where I stress everyone out. I'm not doing that again. But anyway, he's quite neat. His robot mode, his beast mode, is just a simple bring this over. Got a little thing there. These usually scare me on a little G1 toys, because sometimes these do not like to move without breaking. If you've ever had a needle nose, you'll know how horrible they can be. So bring that back. Bring his arm down. Fold his fist up. I think you leave it bent like that. Straighten his face out and then give it a good shove. Put it in. There is meant to be a gap there. That's normal. And you can open his mouth. Little tiny mouth. They say coelacanth, but to me that's like a piranha head. To me, but he's got his little arms, which is normal for a fish to have little arms. But isn't that? I think this one's the cutest of the bunch. Little blue, weird, little chubby monster thing. I'm running through this video quick because the police are after me for all my factory stolen samples of toys. This is Tentakill, who some of you may know from fan art that keeps getting sent to few, but more likely you know Cilia, I think it was, from Beast Wars Neo, or was it second? Tentakill gets killed, I think, in Beast Wars second, and then replaced with Cilia. I've never watched it. You shouldn't watch it. Lovely shade of pink there. I think there's some stickers missing here. I am tempted to get the Toy Hacks replacement stickers for these. There's a lot hanging off the back of this. It's probably the one that's the most guilty of this whole thing. But we're going to transform them, bring them up. It's got the big old legs. You can see that there. That's ruin the surprise. Tentacles come out. This is extremely tight. I actually loosened this up a fair bit because it was proper worrying. But it will bend. That is genuinely scary. Shove it down. And let's get the tails out, and there you go. Isn't that what? I think this one's probably my favourite design overall, though. It's beautiful. Just a squid. Just a weird little squid monster thing on legs. I mean, yeah, he's got 10 legs. He's got 8 tentacles and then a pair of legs. You'd think they'd balance them out, wouldn't you? You'd think there'd be like 4 of these and these 2 at the back. You need these ones at the back to get him to stand. He does not stand on his own. That is a face only a mother could love. There's a little bit of paint wear on there, but like I say, when I buy G1 toys, I don't go for perfect quality or anything like that. I just want them to be decent enough, you know? Good enough. Because if you go for perfection, you'd be spending insane amounts of money. Right, let's put Tend to Kill down. And let's bring up Overbite, who's got a pretty cool colour scheme. I like the purple, the pink, the teal. This is a good combination of stuff. He turns into a walking shark. I would like this rib cage-like thing that's going on here. It's satisfying. He's another one who's got the head actually is the arm, the combiner port. When I get these combined, I do put these in my own configuration, and I use this lad as the gun. So I'll show you the gun mode in a second. Got a big old tail hanging off the back. That's fine. I'm going to allow it. Little face. Most of them have a face down there. Actually, I think... Let's see. I mean, Tentacle's got the face on the back, and Nautilator's got the face on the back as well. Yeah. Most of them have got the face as the legs. But anyway, let's transform this one. You have to sort of double hinge this over the top and straighten that out. There's a little fin on the back. Oh, nice. The legs go down and they kind of... I think these ones you have to sort of get into that sort of position to balance things out, I think. Or is it that way? I guess we'll find out in a minute. That might be too far back, mightn't it? Yeah, we'll find out. It's probably going to be wrong. Let's fold that down. Jesus, that was a loud snap. And then push that in. Little mouth. Yeah, I think this is meant to go like that, isn't it? Yeah, got to go further forward, balance it so it can actually stand. Yeah, that works. Yeah, but look at that. Yeah, this is. I keep thinking this one's Ripper Snapper, but it's Overbite because he has an overbite, like I do. But yeah, he's a good one. I like his little pincer things. Just a lovely colour scheme. Purple's always good on Decepticons, and if you compare it with any other colours, it's just going to look fantastic anyway. But yeah, that's Ripper Snapper. That's all the little guys. They're all great. Let's go on to the next lad. This guy, he's the leader of the squad. Isn't he handsome? When they did later reissues, they made his head the same colour as the body, which just seems wrong. And they also gave him a chrome sword. That's why I didn't want to go for the reissues. I wanted the original ones. I wanted the right colours. And apparently there's loads of QC issues with the new versions. Sword's very good, scaly, very tridenty. There is a gun as well, but I don't know where I've put it. But to be honest, you can only hold the sword. In combined mode, you can only hold the sword and one of these guys. I didn't show you Ripper Snapper's gun mode. We'll do that in a minute. Not Ripper Snapper, Overbite's gun mode. We'll do that in a minute. But yeah, he's actually got some decent articulation. Ratcheted shoulders, elbow joints, isn't that good? You can look up and down a little bit, and I guess you can move his legs. Give him broken leg syndrome, but you can move his legs out. Like I say, these joints are tight on this. Would have been nice if he had knees, but you know, it was 1988. I've kind of got this whole thing where I'm trying to collect up the figures that were released in the UK in 1988. I'm getting some way. There is 2 lists on Wikipedia though, on TF Wiki, and I'm not sure which one's actually 100% correct. I think one of them is just figures that were sold in 1988, and the one I'm following is the ones that were released in 1988. Anyway, it does have little hills on the back, which is quite forward-thinking for back in the day. That wasn't a guarantee back then. Let's get this guy transformed as well. He's got big turtle shell, not too much hanging off the back. There is a gimmick. We'll show that in a second. But you fold his little tootsies up at the back. Gonna bring his arms up. There is something to show actually. When you go from beast mode to robot mode and you turn this, it makes his fists pop out. Automorph. Isn't that brilliant? These figures are fantastic, I've got to be honest. So you bring his legs up, fold them around, push in the fists. Gonna bring these. This is gonna be tough, but you just bring them. You don't go all the way. They just sort of slot in like that. Nice and simple. Satisfying clicks. And then you rotate all this around to get the terrapin head, snapping turtle head. Bring those down. The side. Bring the legs back. You kind of want them squat like that. That'll get you nice and level. And then we've got to do some parts forming. So you get this shield thing. This is for the combine mode. You want to bend these pieces all the way back, like that. Turn this around. There's no special connection or magic or anything. It's just literally a little bit of friction holds it in place. And there you go. You got a snapping turtle. And yes, his mouth opens. I love that pretty much all of them have opening mouths. Tentacle's the only one that doesn't. That's, you know, it's ideal. And obviously, if you're displaying them in beast mode, open their mouth. All beast mode creatures should have their mouth open. And here's a little gimmick I mentioned. You move this, and the guns move. Isn't that cool? I feel like that's something Onslaught should have on Bruticus. You can get a nice sweet spot, get them balanced. But obviously, it's easier to just shove it left and right. There is a little spot on the back you can put a weapon on, if you so please, which I suppose. Can this gun go on there? No, hole's not shallow enough. Yeah, and the sword, I guess. I mean, you can put the sword on there if you want. You know, as a great man once said, things you can do if you wish to do it. So, yeah, that's them in Robot and Beast mode, but we have to combine them. This is going to take me a second. So let's start with the little guys, and we'll work our way up. So I tend to put these two lads in leg mode, these two lads in arm mode, and Overbite here as the gun. Because, like I say, you have 5 team members. That's unusual for a Scramble City thing, isn't it? So leg mode, we're going to bring these down. And like I said, what I do normally is put the arms just back at the right angle and then close the legs up around the arms, because that way it takes up a little less space. And you want to bring that out, rotate it around, and you want to shove it back in. Some people do leave them out, but I think there's slightly different lengths on each one. That's left, because he's going to be the left leg of Piranacon. Shove him in. Okay. I don't tend to do full reviews of these sorts of things. This is why I prefer doing the, you know, this simple show you the figures thing for the collecting goals, because be here all day if I did full reviews, wouldn't we? I'd end up with a video that's really long and it would take me 10 years to edit it because I'm a very slow editor. Without, can that act as a... Nah. Thought maybe that could act as a sort of ankle. Bring the arms down. Bam, bam, bam. Got to fold them up really. It doesn't really fit otherwise. Bring in the right leg. Right foot, rather. Shove that on. Well, not the most elegant leg, but this is this combination I go with because I found Overbite sits really well as a gun with this combination that I go for. So for the arms, bring this out, very stiff, and rotate it down. The arm ones, you want them kind of sitting out fairly far, gives them a bit of a better look. Bring the arms back, bring this down, fold that in, and then pop the head down. And then we want, what arm do I usually put him on? I usually put it on the left, don't I? So you want the left fist. As you see, the fists have the sort of grip points that the combiners have, which is how he holds them. So we'll put the arm down. Tentacle, similar sort of thing. Rotate that. Oh, this joint is scary. Might loosen it a little bit further. So bring those down. Simple stuff. Want them to be, you know, about the same length. That's a bit longer. So let's shove it in slightly. There we go. One step lower. That makes the arms the same length so he doesn't look like a weirdo. You're not weird if you have one arm that's longer than the other. That's perfectly fine. And then you bring out his extremely tight port. I suppose you could leave this up, couldn't you? That's probably... Yeah, actually that makes more sense. I'll leave that up because then the head sort of gets hidden slightly. Let's put Overbite in gun mode. This is a good little fun thing. I tend to move this up slightly because then you'll see when it's in arm mode. yeah, it sort of sits like that a little bit, but or like that, one way or the other. So bring that out. We need to bring down his head to be the handle. Fold these legs. Whoop. Fold these legs up. Just bump the camera. Fine. Tend to bring them all the way around like this. And then bring this out. Fold it down. Shove it back in. And then take the gun. Plug it in there. Believe it or not, that is a gun mode. But here is the extra gimmick. Every single one of these small guys came with a flight stand, if you can believe such a thing. And you can shove this on here, and you've got a stand, and you can use it as a turret instead of a handheld gun. Oh yeah, also move these forward. Looks nice when you do that. But yeah, you can put them on these turrets and have a little turret emplacement. And these things can also work as guns as well in their own right. Like there's a handle there that these guys can hold. You can have a big old thing. I'm actually surprised they don't use these as the feet. You can't use them as feet. There isn't a peg on them to use them as a feet. And this thing comes off on its own. I don't know. I think the only reason it comes in 3 parts really is because it fits in a blister card easier. But yeah, we'll put them, just pop them to one side. Right, we got them all prepped. It's time for the big lad. So take the chest plate off. Gonna fold these around. And I tend to bring them right up like that. Got to bring these legs out, and they are going to do the classic quarter angle thing. See how it uses the clip that clips these into place as a stopper? See, this is... Honestly, I think this is one of the best G1 combiners. It is genuinely great. Bring that up. Like the thought and design that went into just making sure that stopped the legs from folding up too far. These I tend to rotate all the way back. That's going to sound terrible if I'm talking while that's going off. And then you bring the chest around, right? But we're not done yet. Oh, sit him down for a sec. So we want to bring these out. These two little... Notice how they use the combiner ports on here as well. Because one thing you can do when he's in robot mode, if you wish, is attach this onto here and have it as like a shoulder shield. Like that. If you want to do it, you can do it. So, fold these up. And these little arm pieces will just clip in right under here. So you just go like that. Clip them in. Straighten it off. Come on. There you go. It's nice and clear. Nice and clipped in. Get them at a nice angle. And then we pop his head on. Boom. Big old head. Pop some legs in. Should probably grab it in a way where I can actually control this, shouldn't I? No. There you go. I do like how it naturally has like a wider stance than a lot of the other ones. Let's get this leg in. Perfect. He's standing. Right, we can put his head in here. Oh, there's an arm in. Let's get tentacle. This is going to sound so bad. Luckily, I'm going to noise reduce things. Put tentacle in. There we go. And lastly, well, sort of lastly, get overbite. Plug him in there. That's why I fold the tail back so the arm goes in. You can see right there. And then we're going to move him back a bit so you can get a good look at him. Might need to refocus. And then this hand's the wrong way around. Whoop, whoop. Put the hand the wrong way around. Plug in that. And there you go. There is King Poseidon, aka Piranacon. Whoop. Let's straighten that off. In his combine mode. And honestly, that's beautiful, isn't it? That's all that pink, the green, the blue, the purple. Fantastic. Top-notch stuff. You can obviously rotate them, but the joints are so tight, I'm kind of a bit scared to. But he will hold, he will stand, he does what he has to do. I really do like the God Neptune recolour from Beast Wars Neo. It's all gold and white. It's very nice. Although I can imagine that's a friggin' nightmare to get in good condition. But isn't that beautiful? Piranacon, fantastic. That is one of my collecting goals for the year. Done. That's the only one I've managed this year. The other collecting goals I've gone for was to get one of the new Diaclone figures, but I don't know anyone that's selling them in the UK. I don't want to buy them off eBay. The only UK seller is Kapow Toys, and I'm not too keen on using them because their CEO is a bit of a prick. But they've also got, but they're like the only ones who are selling them, so I'm kind of not bothering with the Diaclone. I'll get one eventually. It's not that big a fuss. I collected other stuff this year that had, similar levels of niceness anyway. And the other collecting goal was to get the Dark of the Moon Scan series figures. I've got 3 of them. I've got Sideswipe, Ironhide, and Ratchet. Ratchet's fantastic. The other 2 have like breakage issues on them, which isn't great with clear plastic, aren't they? Sideswipe's missing some little rubbery bits. They've gone missing at some point. And Ironhide's got a broken hinge, but it doesn't stop transformation. You can actually put it back in, and you won't even notice it's there. It holds there. But I can't find Bumblebee anywhere. Just every single version I see come up is in pieces. I'm trying to find a box copy even, but I think that's a pretty slim chance. But anyway, I'm going to have to rethink my collecting goals next year. I think I'm going to try to get the Sparker bots. Let's fold this over. I think I'll try to get the Sparker bots next year to go with me Firecons. And I might try and get Quick Switch. Is it Quick Switch? Quick Switch is the 1988 one, isn't he? 6 Shot came later. Going to try and get Quick Switch. Let's give before we do this, let's give King Poseidon a turnaround. He is very messy at the back. That's fine. A lot of people are messy at the back. With this combination I do, one of his feet is further back than the other, admittedly, because this guy's head is quite far back compared to the others. But I kind of like, if I put these as the legs, that looks good down there, but then I can't get overbite held. I've tried different ones in gun mode, and this one is the most successful to me. Tell me what your favourite combination scheme is for Piranacon. That's how I farm engagement in the comments. Like, comment and subscribe as well. But yeah, this is my first complete actual G1 combiner. The only other combiner I've got Tonkinator, which is a Devastator guy. I've never had a complete Devastator. I've got I've got a couple of G1 Devastator figures. But I've never actually had the complete G1 Devastator until I got Tonkinator. And that doesn't really count because it's a re-release. This is my first actual complete G1 combiner. Because like I say, as you can see, I've got a slingshot. We be very careful around him. I've got a G2 Silverbolt. I had Firefly as a kid. I had Breakdown as a kid. They've gone missing. I've got Swindle. I had enough to put together my own combiner, but never an actual complete one. And it is lovely. This is just lovely. I might get Toy Hacks labels for it. It's tempting. I think the process of getting all these stickers off and then replacing them would probably drive me insane. I've had enough of stickers. But anyway, thank you for watching. Do a like, comment, subscribe. Give me some ideas for collecting goals next year, because like I say, all I'm thinking about right now is the Spark Bots and Quick Switch to try and round out the 1988 crew, because then all I really need is the Power Masters, and that's going to be expensive. But yeah, thanks for watching. And tell me what your favourite G1 combiner is and other such things. Just imagine questions I could have asked you about this, and then just comment. That's how you farm engagement. It'd be nice to get this channel a few more subscribers and stuff, because I actually enjoy making videos for this channel, whereas Mellow Gaming, the games channel, I've not been so fussed on that recently. But anyway, thanks for watching. Love you. Bye.